During a visit to the Maji Maji Museum in the southern city of Songea, German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier expressed his shame at the crimes committed during Germany's colonial rule in Tanzania and vowed to raise awareness of the atrocities in his own country. He stated, "I would like to ask for forgiveness for what Germans did to your ancestors here." During the period of German East Africa, Tanzania was embroiled in the brutal Maji Maji Rebellion between 1905 and 1907, considered one of the bloodiest uprisings in colonial history. Experts estimate that between 200,000 and 300,000 members of the indigenous population were brutally killed, largely due to the systematic destruction of fields and villages by German troops. Expressing deep remorse for the events, Steinmeier emphasized Germany's readiness to collaborate with Tanzania in confronting the shared historical legacy. He acknowledged, "What transpired here is a collective history, the history of your forebears and the history of our predecessors in Germany, affirming to carry these narratives back home for greater awareness." Steinmeier pledged to actively pursue answers to lingering questions and continue to unsettle the affected communities. The culmination of the Tanzanian tour for Steinmeier included the promise of collaboration on the return of cultural artifacts and human remains looted during the colonial period. Following discussions with President Samia Suluhu Hassan in Dar es Salaam, Steinmeier expressed Germany's willingness to engage in repatriation efforts. This visit coincided with King Charles III of Britain's trip to Kenya, expected to revolve around discussions on the colonial past. He further commended Mbano as a courageous leader during the rebellion. "I beg your forgiveness, and I would like to assure you that we Germans will search with you for answers to the open, unanswered, outstanding questions that give you no peace," he added. According to the German news agency dpa, Steinmeier paid tribute to Chief Songea Mbano by laying a rose at his grave, as well as honoring 66 other fighters from the Maji Maji uprising with a wreath at a mass grave. In comments released by his office, Steinmeier pledged to make an effort to locate the remains, acknowledging the complexity of identifying human remains, even with scientific expertise. He expressed his uncertainty about the success of the endeavor, noting that the process is challenging. In 2017, the Tanzanian government at the time indicated its contemplation of legal action to pursue reparations from Germany for the individuals who purportedly endured starvation, torture, and death at the hands of German forces. In 2021, Germany declared an agreement with Namibia, a country it previously colonized, acknowledging the colonial-era mass killings of tens of thousands of people as genocide and pledging financial assistance to support affected communities. However, the accord fell short of formal reparations and has yet to receive final approval, drawing criticism from some groups representing the Herero and Nama people. During the three-day visit, President Steinmeier met with the descendants of Chief Songea Mbano, one of the leaders of the Maji Maji Rebellion, executed in 1960. Mbano is now considered a national hero in Tanzania. Steinmeier assured the family that German authorities would make efforts to locate his remains, as thousands of remains were taken from German colonies, partly as trophies and partly for racist research. On Tuesday, following his meeting with President Samia Suluhu Hassan in Dar es Salaam, he pledged that Germany would collaborate with Tanzania for the repatriation of cultural property. Tanzanian historian Mohammed Said welcomed the president's apology, but mentioned to the BBC that it did not extend far enough. They decided to set farms on fire so people would run out of food and be unable to fight. "This is unacceptable. In today's world, they would be taken to court," he stated. In 2021, Germany admitted to committing genocide during its occupation of Namibia and pledged over $1.3 billion in financial assistance. The German president's remarks came after King Charles acknowledged the deplorable and unjustifiable acts of violence perpetrated against Kenyans during their independence struggle during a visit to Nairobi. However, the British government did not issue a formal apology, which would require the approval of government ministers. So, what do you think of our video? What do you think about the German president apologizing for colonial-era crimes in Tanzania? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, do subscribe to the New Africa channel for more exciting future videos.